everyone and welcome. So for this vlog, I decided for the month of January, I didn't want to set a TBR. I wanted to make sure I'm reading things that I'm really excited about and starting out the year on a good note. So what I ended up doing is I just put all of the books that I'm really excited about at the moment on a spinner wheel, and I'm going to spin it and I'm going to read whatever it lands on. So the good thing is I am really wanting to read everything on this list, but I am hoping that I don't end up just starting a bunch of series. And I do have a few standalones on here and some series that I am continuing in, so I'm hoping to at least get some of those, but either way, I am very excited to read all of these. But let's just go ahead and pick our first book, see what the first book in this vlog is going to be. Oh, I'm nervous. And, oh, Hollow! We got Hollow. Okay, so the first book is going to be Hollow by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, the same authors as Zodiac Academy, which I don't believe you have to have read that first. I'm hoping. I have not finished Zodiac Academy. I've only read the first book. But I am really excited for this. I do like Zodiac Academy so far, and I don't know, this one just sounded interesting, so I'm excited to give this a shot. And I will be back once I've started this one and I have an update. Okay, so I'm about 100 pages into Hollow, and I'm having a good time so far. But just to tell you a bit about what this book is about, we are following Ferris, I believe is how you say her name. And she lives in this village where there is this cursed forest that kind of spreads out over time. And wherever it spreads to is like claimed by this forest. So the people that are in that area when it's claimed are stuck in there. They can't get out. And people's homes that are in that area, they cannot get back to their homes. So they're kind of forced to move as the forest moves. And they are getting very close to the coast, so they're kind of running out of places to go. But every 50 years there is a great hunt where there are champions that go into the forest and try to reunite spirits, I believe, to break the curse. And Ferris is, for reasons that I'm not entirely sure yet, she is trying to sneak into the forest during the great hunt. But it's off to a good start already. It's already got a lot of intriguing things going on. It really wastes no time. We get started pretty much right away. Because, I mean, there's not a whole lot of world building to do. Like I said, there's only this small area that isn't inside of the forest. But I'm really enjoying the atmosphere in this one. I didn't realize it was going to be kind of darker and creepier, and I really like that. I think that might be my, like, preferred kind of fantasy, with, like, the darker feeling, with, like, some kind of creepy creatures and, like, a curse going on. I also like this magic that feels kind of alive, like the forest spreading out, and then we get some descriptions of the trees and other things in the forest that kind of just make it really feel alive and sentient. I really like that. I also think I like the idea of fighting a curse more than a war. I mean, I like them both, but the curse is just kind of more exciting to me, figuring out how it happened, why, how to break it. I kind of like the Shepherd King. Like, the stories are not the same, but we kind of have that same feeling going on, I feel. This does seem to be dual POV. We've gotten at least one chapter from another character's POV. I'm not entirely sure what his role in this is going to be yet. And I'm not sure how many times we're going to get his POV. It's only happened once so far. I'm on chapter, like, 9, I believe. And I do have a few predictions. We'll see if I'm right. I'm kind of hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping it's not so easily predictable. I've only just started this book. And the writing feels very different from Zodiac Academy. This is the same authors, but this is, I felt like, I've only read one Zodiac Academy book, but that felt a lot more, like, fun, and this feels a lot more serious and darker. This feels more my style than Zodiac Academy does, so I'm really excited. I have high hopes for this one. I don't know if it'll be a 5-star. It could still be. I'm not saying it won't be, but I definitely feel like it'll at least be a 4-star. But I'm going to continue reading, and I will be back with an update. Alright, so I'm back with an update, and I also have a little Christmas book haul, but I will do the update first in case you're not interested in the book haul. So unfortunately, this has kind of taken a bad turn for me. I'm not enjoying it as much as I was before. And a big part of why is our other POV. His name is Hendrix, and I don't know that I like him. Every time we get to his POV, I just kind of want to rush through it and get back to Ferris. He's just constantly commenting on how scary and powerful he is, and if only she really knew what he was. And it's like, we haven't really gotten to see any of that. He's just saying it. And so it's just kind of gotten annoying, and it's not really interesting anymore, especially just because we don't really see a whole lot of him outside of this big, scary, powerful, whatever he is. That's just kind of all there is to him. at least so far. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get to see some other side of him, and maybe that'll make me like him better. Because I am curious about his background. I do want to know what he keeps referring to, but it's just at this point I'm kind of over it. Like, just get to it, I guess. And it has affected my enjoyment some, because really a lot of what you're seeing, once he's introduced, we're just kind of seeing them. There's really no other characters in this book at this point. So it's just kind of not a whole lot going on right now. The little bits we have seen of his background, he's revealed a little bit, and I could see maybe I could end up liking him at least a little bit more, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. But I do like our main character Ferris. She's very determined and smart, and I have been enjoying her POV. And yeah, like I said, they're pretty much the only characters at this point, so not really a whole lot else to say there. And I am bored of just seeing them just kind of hiding out, wandering around, whatever. I want to get back to this plot with the forest and the curse and the spirits, because I really do like the plot of this. And it did just start at the very end of the last chapter I read, like chapter 25, something like that. It's like 60% of the way in. It just got really interesting again. So I'm hoping we're going to continue on with this plot, and I'm going to be into this again. It definitely took an unexpected twist there, so I'm hoping that I will be back to liking this book, but I don't know. I'm going to keep reading, and I will be back with my next update. Okay, so now for the book haul. I don't have a ton to share, but I really like book hauls, so I thought I would go ahead and share what I got for Christmas. So first up, I have the remaining 3 books in the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black. The first book is The Cruel Prince. I already have The Cruel Prince, and I've already read it, and I really liked it, so I thought I would just grab the remaining 3. So in The Cruel Prince, we're following Jude, who was taken away to the Fae realm as a child by a Fae general, and she is now just kind of trying to find her place among the Fae. Because the Fae, they don't really like humans, so she's just trying to kind of find where she can fit in among them. And the second book is The Wicked King, which I've already read, and it was my first book of 2026. And I don't want to say too much because I'm going to want to talk about it in my wrap up, but I was definitely happy with my choice for first book. And then the next book I have to read, the third book, is The Queen of Nothing. And then the last one is just a little novella called How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. I believe this is just a little novella about Cardan. And then next I got another series. This is An Ember in the Ashes by Asaba Tahir. I haven't read any of these, but I've really heard nothing but good things about it, so I just went ahead and got all of them. It sounds like something I would really enjoy. We are following Leia, I believe, who lives in an empire where if they question the empire, then there are serious consequences. And her brother ends up being arrested for treason, and she goes to the rebels and strikes up a deal where she has to be a spy for them in a military academy, and then they will hopefully help her brother. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about this, but I've heard nothing but good things. I'm really excited about it. I have An Ember in the Ashes, and then A Torch Against the Night is the second book. And then the third book, A Reaper at the Gates. And then A Sky Beyond the Storm is the final book. I'm fairly positive this is a finished series, so I am very happy about that. And then next I have a little horror book, a YA horror book. This is Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. I recently read Don't Let the Forest In by this same author and really loved it. So I definitely went ahead and wanted to continue reading more of this author's work. From what I understand, in this one, we are following our main character, Evander, who lives in an estate with his guardian who took him in as a child, and the guardian has 3 rules: that he is not allowed to leave the estate, he can't go in the gardens, and he cannot be around the estate owner's grandson, because the estate owner's grandson apparently tried to kill our main character at some point. And then the estate owner dies, Evander inherits this estate, and then I guess he thinks that his guardian was murdered, so he's trying to solve the murder. And then there's some things going on with the garden outside. I really am not sure what to expect from this one, but I really loved Don't Let the Forest In, so I'm really excited for this. Alright, so the next book I got was The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and this is the first book in the Stonewater Kingdom series. I'm not sure how many books there are going to be, but I'm really excited for this. This is the same author that wrote the Shepherd King duology, which I really liked. But in this one, we are following Sybil, who is a diviner, And basically, she sees predictions in her dreams, and people come to her hoping to find out what's in their future. And then her fellow diviners start vanishing, so she goes to a knight hoping he will be able to help her solve what's going on. I'm really excited for this. I really like this author's writing style. I really enjoy the Shepherd King had, like a fun, creepy, gothic feel. I'm hoping this will have that same kind of feeling. And lastly, I got The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson, and this is the first book in the Eternal Path trilogy. And I've heard really good things about this. I'm really excited about it. From what I understand, we are going to be watching trials between 7 champions who are hoping to win and take over the throne. And then one of them ends up being murdered, and the High Scholar, who is also apparently competing in the trials, has to solve this murder before the end of the trials, and then I think also hopefully win the trials. I don't know, it sounds really good. It sounds really interesting. I've heard good things, so I thought I would give it a shot. That's all the books I got, so I'll be back when I have another update on Hollow. Alright, I'm back with an update. I'm about 85% of the way in now, and I am really glad to say that I am having a good time again with this one. The plot took a very interesting and unexpected twist, it was right at the end of where my last update was. We had just kind of learned it, and I'm now really enjoying the plot again. I am more intrigued by Hendrix now because we've gotten his backstory and found out about him, and I find him intriguing, but I still wouldn't really say he's a character that I love. He's alright, but I do enjoy reading his POV more now than I did previously. As far as the romance goes in this one, I don't really know that I like our characters together, but they are really entertaining to read about, so I'm not really complaining about it. I just don't know that they actually seem like a good fit for each other, but I don't know, their banter and drama is fun to read nonetheless. I really like the spirits in this. I think it's really cool how they each have their own specific purpose. There's a fox that's made of fire, and it collects any fires that start in the forest so it doesn't burn. And we have a bear that's made of water that keeps everything watered, and I really like that. I think that's really fun. And I like Ferris, our main character, but I mean, those are really our only 2 characters, so there's not, unfortunately, a whole lot of characters to care about in this. I usually like to have a bigger cast of characters, but I am really enjoying the plot, so I am still having a good time. I will be back with another update, but first, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick the next book that I'm going to read now, because I'm not sure when I will be able to do another update. I think it might be a few days, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick the next book now because I'm planning to finish this one tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and find out what the next book is going to be. Hopefully something good, please. Not another series that I'm just starting. Oh, well, okay. Direbound. I'm really excited for this one. I am. I've heard it's similar to Fourth Wing, but with wolves, and I like Fourth Wing, and I really like wolves, so I think I'll like it. I think it's kind of long, and it is the first book in a series. I don't know when the second book comes out, but I'm excited to start that. But I will be back when I have another update. Alright, I'm gonna sit and read for a bit. Things just got exciting again. I'm hoping to finish this today, probably not right now, but thought I would just read with you all for a little while. Ooh. It's definitely gotten exciting. I have like 50 pages left. I'm nearly done. I'm probably gonna finish this tonight. But I actually think I'm starting to like Hendrix. I don't know. I think in maybe, I'm not sure how many books is in this series, but I could see me maybe in the next book really liking him. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I am definitely having fun again. All right, I'm back. I have finished Hollow, and I'm gonna go ahead and give Hollow 3.5 stars. I did enjoy it. It gets going right away, and it did hook me right away. And then once the MMC is introduced, it kind of drags and slows down until around 60%. But I really liked the creepy atmosphere in this one with the cursed forest. I really liked the spirits and how they all have a purpose in the forest. I really liked Ferris, but I really didn't love Hendrix. I never ended up really liking him. I had started to like him until the end, and then it just, no, it completely backtracked, and I'm really not fond of him again. You really never get to see much of anything of him beyond this big, powerful, scary personality he's constantly talking about, and his power just feels really inconsistent as far as what he's able to do and what we see him do. It just never feels like it makes a lot of sense. Didn't love the romance in this one. It just felt kind of off, and I don't really think that they made a good couple. But I wouldn't say I was bored by it. I did find them entertaining. But to me, the plot was good enough and interesting enough that not liking Hendrix and not really caring about the romance wasn't like a huge deal to me. I do plan to continue the series as it did take some interesting turns, and I am excited to continue on and see what's going to end up happening. Alright, so for Direbound, I have started it. I'm about 35% of the way in. And in this one, we are following Marin, who lives in a country that has been at war for hundreds of years. And the people that they are at war with have been taking the children from Marin's country. And one night, Marin's little sister Sayla gets taken, and she ends up enlisting in the war, hoping to get to the front lines to be able to find her sister. But she ends up enlisting at a time that is also going to be the bonding trials for the dire wolves. And these bonding trials are incredibly dangerous and cutthroat, and anyone who is recruited during the time of these trials is required to take part in them. I'm liking this. It does definitely remind me of Fourth Wing. I've heard a lot of people call this Fourth Wing, but with wolves instead of dragons, and I can definitely see the similarities. But I also do see some differences. Our plot of why she's there and our main character definitely feels pretty different from Violet. And I really like our FMC. I like Marin, I like Lee, and I already feel really invested and excited to see what's going to end up happening. I like these packs and how they all have their own kind of purpose. I like how high the stakes feel. It feels very cutthroat. There's already been a shocking twist that has pulled me in, so I'm definitely having a good time with this, and I'm excited to keep reading, and I will be back soon with an update. Okay, I'm back with an update, and fortunately, this vlog is just not going well. This is another book that has just kind of taken a bad turn for me. It is starting to feel very predictable. Once we had the kind of twist that I was excited about kind of got resolved, now I just feel like I know what is going to happen, because this does feel very similar to Fourth Wing. Like, it's not, I thought it would just be, you know, like the wolves, the war, the college, that would be similar. I didn't realize this plot line, these characters, it feels very familiar. And so I feel like whenever anything happens, I already know what's coming. And so far, I have been right when I'm guessing what's coming. It's kind of following that same plot line, and so I'm just kind of bored. And based off of Fourth Wing, guessing where this romance is going to be headed, I don't think I like where we're heading. I'm not excited about that. Honestly, I'm tempted to DNF. I'm just kind of not feeling it. There is one plot line left that still intrigues me, but I don't know if it intrigues me enough to keep reading. So there are some differences. Like, the one plot line I want to follow is something that I don't feel like I know exactly what's going on, and I am curious, but it's just, I don't know if it's enough. The thing is, this isn't like maybe I wasn't in the mood for it. The whole point of this wheel is that this is what I was in the mood for, and honestly, this all started because I was kind of in the mood to reread Fourth Wing, and I decided I should wait because I'm going to want to reread it whenever I know when the next book is going to be coming out. So I wanted to wait, and I thought Direbound is one I was really hoping to get in this video because I've heard it similar to Fourth Wing. I thought it would kind of fit what I was wanting with wanting to reread, and it's just not. So I'm not really sure what to make of this one. I feel like I'm going to keep going. I'm going to at least try to finish this. I'm over halfway through, so I mean, I might as well just try to finish it, but that's still like 300 pages left. But I've had this happen a lot where I don't like the first half of a book and then I really like the second half, and I'm glad that I continued on, so maybe I should just keep going. I don't know. I'll let you know when I come back for my next update, I guess. Okay, I have about 100 pages left, so I'm nearly done with this one. And I'm still, I don't know how I feel about this. We're having similar issues to Fourth Wing, like with the modern language, that's starting to bother me. And I feel like we're kind of missing out on what my favorite parts of Fourth Wing are. Like, we're not getting the parts that I really loved of Fourth Wing as much in this book. Like, the found family is just really nothing compared to what it is in Fourth Wing. I'm not enjoying like the kind of trials and academic portion of this as much. I feel like the trials in this one feel like they're pretty much all the same. There's supposed to be some distinction between them. They each have their own name, but I don't really see a huge difference between any of them. And like, we have the beginnings of a found family, but it's just not, there's just no real sense of loyalty there yet. It's just not what I would like it to be. And all of the characters are kind of flat in this. Marin, at first, I thought I was really gonna like, and then she just kind of ends up being all over the place. I'm having a hard time really getting a grasp on her as a character, so I'm not really loving her anymore. Yeah, it's just kind of feeling like Fourth Wing with my favorite parts significantly watered down. There are like some more unique moments to it, but it feels like we kind of get those moments and I kind of feel into the story again, and then it kind of just goes by. We kind of brush past it super quickly, and then we're back to being super predictable, and I just get bored. I think that's the biggest downfall for this book for me, is that it is just very, very predictable. And like I said, it does have its moments, but it's not been really enough to keep me super invested. The first 30% I actually really, really liked, and then from there on, it's just kind of been meh. I nearly DNF'd it, like very nearly. I kind of wish that I had, but I hear there's some crazy twist at the end. I think I know what it's going to be, and I don't know. I may just end up deciding not to continue on in this series, but we'll see. But I plan to finish that one tonight, so I will let you know probably tomorrow what my thoughts are. But like I said, I'm planning to finish that tonight, and I'm probably going to want to read a new book in the morning, so I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel now. Okay, let's go ahead and pick the third book for this vlog. Hopefully this goes better. This vlog has not been great for me. This was supposed to be, picking books that I thought I would really love and starting off the year strong, and so far we have a 3.5, and I think this could even be a 2.5, maybe a 3, but let's just go ahead and pick the next book. Hope we have better luck. Maybe I should add more to this wheel. Too late. Okay, what are we gonna get? Please, something good. Oh, The Serpent in the Wings of Night. Oh, I'm really excited for that. Okay, hopefully I stay excited for that. But yeah, I think that's a good one. I'm happy with that. But once again, that's another series that I'm going to be starting. I'm not happy about that. I wanted to hopefully continue something or read a standalone. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading next, and I will be back with an update. All right, I have a quick update. I have started enjoying this again. I did predict the big twist, but I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was exciting, and now I'm kind of excited to finish this book. I have like 50 pages left, and obviously it's not going to fix everything else I didn't like about this book, but I'm having fun again, and I could see myself maybe wanting to continue on in this series. But I'm going to finish this book up, and then I will probably be back tomorrow with my final thoughts. All right, I'm back with my final thoughts. I ended up giving Direbound 2.5 stars. I think the biggest downfall for this for me was that it was just very predictable, and any twists that I didn't predict were just kind of brushed over and felt not super important. Even though they did seem like they should be important, it just kind of felt like we rushed through them. To me, it felt very similar to Fourth Wing as far as the plot structure goes up until the last 20%, and then it did feel much more unique. But up until then, it felt very similar, and the parts that I love the most about Fourth Wing felt very watered down. There was also an issue with modern language in this one. I didn't like that in Fourth Wing. I also didn't like it in this one. The characters to me felt pretty flat. I really didn't connect with any of them. Even Marin, at first I really liked Marin, our main character, but she just kind of ended up feeling all over the place, and I had a hard time really understanding her character and connecting with her. I did not enjoy the romance in this one. I could in the future in the newer books, but it just didn't work for me. It had its moments. There were some moments that I enjoyed, but it wasn't enough to keep me invested. I liked the first 30%, and then the middle was really slow for me, and then at the end we got one twist after another after another after another, and it just felt kind of rushed. I would have preferred it to maybe be more spread out. And I did predict the big twists at the end, but I still did enjoy them. I thought that they were interesting. So basically I liked the first 30% and the last 20%. So I figure I liked about 50% of this book, so that's why I gave it 2.5 stars of 50%. Like, I liked the wolf packs, I liked how they each had their own purpose within the overall grouping in the war, and I am intrigued by those twists at the end, and I may end up continuing this series. It's going to be one where I'm going to wait and see once it comes out. I'm pretty sure it comes out this year, the second book. See what people have to say about it, and if people are loving it, I may give it a shot. I have it on my list for now, but we'll see. All right, so for Serpent in the Wings of Night, I don't think I told you what this one is about. We are following Araya, who is a human who was adopted by a vampire king. And we are watching Araya compete in the Kajari, which is a deadly competition, and it consists of trials, and whoever is the last one standing, whoever wins, only one can win, gets their wish granted by the goddess Nyaxia. And Araya ends up creating an alliance with a vampire named Rain. And I am glad to say I am already like 40% of the way into this book. I'm having a really good time. I've been flying through it. I have a really good feeling about this one. This one could be a 5-star, or at least I'm thinking a 4-star, which is great as well. I'm really enjoying the trials so far. I like how they're set up. I like the story behind them. I'm liking the vampires, and I'm liking the different powers each house has. Like, we have the Shadowborn house, the Nightborn house, and the Bloodborne house, and they all have different types of powers they can have. I've been really liking reading about that and learning what kind of different powers they can each have. Our main character, Araya, seems really smart. I really like her. And I think I'm gonna like Rain and Misha as well. I find them both really intriguing. But yeah, I'm having a good time with this one. Let's hope it continues this time, but I will be back with an update. Okay, I'm back with an update. I only have about 100 pages left, and things have been really exciting. There is great tension throughout this book with the trials and some other things that are going on. There is just always something exciting, and this plot has just really had me hooked. I also really love the friendships in this one. I love Rain and Araya, and I love Mish. I just really like the characters in this. I have some theories. I will have to wait and see if they come true, but I do have some theories of what may be going on here and about what direction this series may be going. And I really like the writing. I like that it's pretty, but it's not like super drawn out and overdone, I don't think. So I'm having a really good time with this. I'm still predicting probably a 4.5 to 5-star for this, so I am having a great time. But I'm probably going to finish this one up today, and then I will be back tomorrow with my final thoughts. Alright, I have finished Serpent in the Wings of Night, and I'm going to give this one 4.5 stars. I really loved this. It just wasn't quite a 5-star for me, but the ending of this one has me so shocked, and I'm very excited to continue on. I really like our main characters. I'm really excited to see where all of this is going to take them. I really love the friendships in this. And I really liked the trials in this one. I liked how with each trial you learn some of the history and you learn the story behind the inspiration for each trial. I also like how the vampires each have different types of power depending on which house they're from. There was just really great tension all throughout with the trials, and there's some other things that are going on, and it kept me hooked the entire time. I also really like the author's writing style. I definitely want to read more by Carissa Broadbent. Yeah, I definitely recommend this. If you like vampires and trials, I think you would really enjoy this. But I think I'm going to end this vlog here just because I want to end on a high note. I've had two books that I didn't love, so let's just go ahead and end on a book that I really did love. Hollow I liked. Hollow was a 3.5. I would recommend it, but I didn't love it like I thought I would. Direbound I didn't love. Honestly, I think a lot of it was just me comparing it to Fourth Wing, because once I noticed how similar they were, I just couldn't help it. But if you can just avoid that, or if you haven't read Fourth Wing yet, you could really like that. I just think it wasn't for me. But overall, that was 3 books that I was really wanting to read, so I'm glad that I finally got to them regardless. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all in the next one.